everybody, it's Dean Z back with another video, and today I'm bringing you not one, I'm bringing you two reviews of the all-new Lexus GX550. On my left, we have Flavor 1, the Luxury Plus model. You're getting premium features, Mark Levinson sound system, panoramic sunroof. But on my right, we have the Overtrail edition. You're talking serious adventure with off-road suspension and 33-inch tires. So, I want to ask you, do you want luxury where you're stuck in traffic but it feels okay, it feels nice? Or do you want to take that shortcut through the woods? Then maybe you might want to go with the Overtrail edition, get to work a little faster. Let's find out together which Lexus is right for you, which one has the features you want, which one has the features you don't. And as always, whatever you buy, don't blame me for your problems. But let's go check it out and find out. Hey! Before we get started, I have to give a shout out to, yet again, Lexus of Woodland Hills. This place is nothing but amazing. Do you see where I'm standing right now? This is the roof of their parking structure. So not only do they have ample customer parking, but it allows them to keep so many models and trims. When you add that to the fact that this place is filled with nothing but the nicest, kindest, and most knowledgeable salespeople you could ask for, you're going to come here and have an experience. Not a bad one, but a very good one. You're going to learn about the car you want. You're going to get to test drive it. And they're not pushy people. Every person here has been the nicest person to me. So come on down to Woodland Hills Lexus, or as they call it, Lexus of Woodland Hills, and just stop in and ask to see whichever model you want. Their odds are they're going to have it. They're not going to pressure you. They're going to educate you on any questions you may have, and then if you're looking to buy it, you're going to get a great deal. So come on down to Lexus of Woodland Hills for your next Lexus today, and maybe you might see me. So enjoy. All right, guys, first, let's start with what you're getting. Under the hood, you're getting a beefy 3.4-liter V6 engine, twin turbocharged on both models, and that setup pushes out 349 horsepower and 479 foot-pounds of torque, paired with a 10-speed automatic transmission. It's the same powertrain whether you go Luxury Plus or Overtrail, but what those trims do with that power is where things split. The Luxury Plus is tuned for comfort, buttery smooth suspension, adaptive dampers, and those big 22-inch wheels that make highway cruising feel like a cloud. The Overtrail, on the other hand, it trades the polish for purpose. You're getting 18-inch matte gray alloy wrapped in all-terrain tires, skid plates, and Lexus's kinetic dynamic suspension system, which we're going to go over later, and that's going to give you real articulation and control off-road. Fuel economy is about the same, roughly 17 combined mpg, but the driving experience couldn't be more different. The Luxury Plus is your high-end daily, built to impress on pavement, while the Overtrail is ready to get dirty the moment the asphalt ends. Alright guys, so here we are with the engine, the beast of an engine. This is Lexus's 3.4-liter twin-turbo V6, pushing out 349 horsepower, 479 foot-pounds of torque. Same power plant across every GX550 trim, but it's anything but ordinary. These twin turbos spool up fast, giving you that instant punch off the line without sacrificing smoothness. And with the 10-speed automatic, the shifts are crisp, controlled, whether you're crawling off-road or just merging onto the highway. What's wild to me is how quiet this thing is for an engine this powerful. Lexus engineered it for refinement, but under load, you still get that deep, muscular tone that reminds you that this thing does mean business. So, yeah, it's a great engine. Alright guys, so here we are on the side of the Luxury Plus model, and I'm going to go over the differences between the two. First difference is going to be the tires. You're talking 22-inch rims here with a smaller profile on the tires, versus on the Overland, you're talking only 18-inch rims but a much thicker, beefier tire with a bigger sidewall, again, for off-roading purposes. Also, the cladding on the side here, on the Luxury Plus, it's just paint match. There's nothing here to say, hey, protect me, let me go off-roading, because again, this is the Luxury Plus, this is the City Slicker model, okay? So the paint's gonna match, and as well as your side skirt step down here, on this model, you do have a deployable side skirt. Comes out, it's really just a flat piece. I believe it's more plastic than anything else. Again, doesn't need to be rugged. On the Overland edition, you also have a deployable side skirt, but that one is more rugged. That one is pretty much solid metal. It's round and it's going to deploy. So on both models, you have the means of something popping out to help you get into the car, and they do retract when not in use. On the Overtrail, you're going to have a much beefier experience on that one, and on this one it's just more tame, subtle. Again, will help you get in the car. There is no real protection from the road. This is, again, paint, not so much paint match, but it's just your standard plastic, whereas on the Overtrail you're going to have thicker matte. It looks plastic, I guess, but it's definitely more rugged to help with any rock chips or anything that you're going to throw up onto the car itself when you're off-roading or going on some dirt trails. So that's really the difference. You have more luxury rims here, but I have to say the Overtrail keeps, I don't know if it's the man in me or what, but that is just such a rugged, good-looking machine that even on the city streets, that thing stands out. All right, guys, so we're here now with the wheel and suspension system on the Overtrail edition. Now, I'll go over the wheels in a minute, but right now I just want to talk about the suspension, because this is not just Lexus going, oh, hey, we made an off-road version and we threw some off-road tires on it. No, the suspensions are truly coming into play here. The GX550 Overtrail, it comes equipped with Toyota's Kinetic Dynamic Suspension System, or the KDSS. It's one of those hidden pieces of engineering that makes this big SUV feel planted no matter where you take it. The KDSS automatically adjusts the front and rear stabilizer bars in real time, loosening them up off-road for maximum wheel articulation, tightening them on-road for confident flat cornering. The result is a suspension that adapts to you. It's capable on the trail when you want to get a little wild, composed with the road smooths out. It's the kind of smart muscle you don't see, but you definitely can feel it. What I'm noticing between the two is that really on the front, it's not a huge difference. I want to say the grills are a little different, but honestly, I can't tell, and through my research, there's really not much different. You do have auto leveling lights, which on both models, which is fantastic. So if you're going down a hill or a grade and you want to be able to see ahead, it has sensors inside the car that will level out the lights, so that that issue that we all have going down a hill or going up a hill and you want the lights to maybe be more level, you wish they would level, it'll do that on both of these models. You do, however, also have front-facing cameras on both. You're going to get your 360 bird's eye view cameras on both of these trims. Overall, so far in the front, I'm really digging the design. It's aggressive, it's in your face, but it's still subtle to be an everyday driver. You pull up anywhere in this, it's going to get the looks. It's going to get the looks. Lexus is selling this as an off-roader, and it truly has everything you would need for being an off-roader. So let me show you what you get in the back. Power tailgate, very nice. Standard at this price point level, you better hope it is. Now, here's the big caveat before I tell you about the cool tech. This is technically, on the Luxury Plus, it is a three-row family mover. I wouldn't recommend putting full-grown adults back there, as it's very tight, but if you got a lot of kids, they've outgrown their car seats, they're able to wear seat belts, that's the machine for you. This is not a three-row. You do not get the third row, although obviously same body, the cup holders are back here. Pretty cool. I'd still use those if you're out camping and you want a spot to put your drink, you got it. So that's a huge difference. So just take that into consideration, that you'll get a three-row where you can put the third seat, the third row down, and make it a two-row, and you're going to get the same space. But on this one, you're not getting that at all. And again, it's because this is more meant for off-roading. And how do we know it's more meant for off-roading? Because that's the tech I want to show you in the back. Not only do you have some great space, you got a ton of storage underneath, you got a spare tire under the car. Built into the back here is an air compressor. And what this allows you to do is, when you're going off-road, the smart thing to do, the recommended thing to do, is to lower the pressure in your tires. So you can let air out of your tires, you can use the compressor, you can do it the way you want, coin, doesn't matter. But when it's time to get back on the road and you need to reinflate to a safer PSI, you have a built-in compressor along with the compressor kit to inflate all your tires. So don't think you have to go out and buy a compressor, or, oh, did I bring it with me? You'll always have one in the car. And I just think that's, again, great attention to detail from Lexus, truly adding in the suspension, the tires, the compressor in the back. They are trying to show you this is what this model is for. You can buy it and not have to use it for that, but if you ever do want to go camping, take it up a mountain, you have the capacity, you have the torque, you have the horsepower, you have the wheels, and you have the suspension. There's nothing really else you need. I wouldn't say this is like a full-on Jeep replacement, something like that, but it might be actually. It's very competitive with the amount of off-road tech that it offers. So let's continue around and go inside the cabin. All right, guys, so here we are inside the Overtrail Lexus GX550, and I have to say, Lexus is doing a great job balancing both ruggedness and refinement. And the first thing you're going to notice when you get in here is the tech. The tech is front and center, okay? You've got massive 14-inch touchscreens running Lexus's newest infotainment system. It's fast, it's crisp, and finally, it's intuitive. Wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto comes standard, plus a fully digital 12.3-inch driver display gauge that's customizable, easy to read in any light. Down here on the console, you've got real physical controls, drive modes, four-wheel drive selector, and crawl control systems. It's all designed to keep you focused when you're off-road instead of digging through the menus. Now, depending on which trim you go for, the vibe's going to change. The Luxury Plus leans more towards comfort, more chrome, glossy wood finishes, and every seat is heated and ventilated, even in the second row. It's that version that's going to spoil you. But sitting here in the Overtrail, different story. Everything's a little bit more purpose-built. You get these unique green and black leather seats, a matte finish on the trim, and the locking rear differential right at your fingertips. You add in multi-terrain select, downhill assist control, and that KDSS system. This thing's ready to climb, it's ready to crawl, it's going to carve through anything you throw at it, still giving you that Lexus level quiet and comfort. The steering wheel is great. You have your eyesight controls here. I guess that's for automated driving on the road. You do have your wireless charger here, and my favorite feature is the cool box, which you're going to get in both trims. Hit this button, guess what? Anything you put in here is going to keep it nice and cool. So definitely, even though that this is the more rugged off-road, few less features, you're still getting Lexus refinement, Lexus quality, and Lexus luxury inside the Overtrail. Okay, driver's seat time, guys. So let me show you what you're getting in here, because overall, as the captain of this cockpit, you are in charge, you are in command. So let me show you what you're going to get when you're sitting in the driver's seat of this Overtrail edition. Okay, so behind the wheel of the GX550 Overtrail, everything feels built around the driver. The steering wheel is wrapped in soft leather with these nice tactile controls for your audio, adaptive cruise, and off-road systems. Everything's right where you expect it. The digital gauge cluster, it's clean, it's modern. You got a full 12.3-inch display with off-road readouts, pitch and roll angles, and all your drive modes info right up at the front. Now the seats. In the Overtrail, there's no massage function here like you're going to find in the Luxury Plus, but honestly, you're not missing much. You do have heated and ventilated seats, super supportive, and finished in that exclusive Overtrail green and black leather that makes the cabin feel, a little tougher, a little bit more purposeful. You got full power adjustments, memory seating, and even that lumbar support feels tuned for long drives. It's rugged luxury done right, comfortable enough for the commute, made to get dusty. We're in the back now of the Overtrail edition. And the first thing you're going to notice compared to the Luxury Plus is that this is the two-row, and this is more of a bench seat, third person here in the middle situation. They went and got rid of the third row option in this. That's to give you more cargo room, allow for the full-size spare in the back. This is not the family mover. I mean, it's still plenty big enough to move family, but if you have a lot of kids, maybe the Luxury Plus is the one you want to look at. But let's touch on this one. In the Luxury Plus, Lexus really leans into that comfort and convenience. You get a 3-row setup with available captain's chairs, and a second-row passenger gets the works. Heated and ventilated seats, their own climate controls, all the luxury touches you'd expect. It's clearly built for families, long hauls where everyone gets spoiled. Now step here into the Overtrail and it's a totally different story. This one's 2-row configuration only, no third row, no heated rear seats, and you'll notice it right away. You just got rear air vents and 2 USB-C ports back here. It's simpler, more utilitarian, and that's by design. Lexus focused on cargo space and durability and that off-road readiness instead of extra comfort features. You still get that same green and black interior theme and solid seat bolstering, but this is built for adventure, not chauffeuring a crowd around. Other than that, you have rear seat back pockets. Not a lot going on back here, but again, it still feels premium. It's Lexus, it's luxury, it's really nice. And the seats do recline. Okay guys, so we're now back in the GX550, but instead of being in the Overtrail, I'm now taking you into the Luxury Plus. And as we can tell immediately, there's differences, a lot of differences, okay? In the Overtrail, you're getting a back bench seat. Here, you're getting captain's chairs. And again, it's mostly due to the fact that this is a 3-row. So this is going to allow people to climb in and out of the 3rd row. Your captain's chairs, you have these nice armrests that fold up and come down. It's definitely a lot different. You don't have air vents back here, but you do have a lot more controls. Whereas in the Overtrail, you get just USB-Cs and your vents. Here, you actually get heated seats. You get vent controls, fan controls, mode controls, and your air vents are up here instead of being down here. So you have more control over your HVAC. You have, I mean, the captain's chairs for me, I've always liked them. I do like the fact that there's an armrest. You can rest your arm over here, armrest over here. Your Mark Levinson sound system, so you're getting the premium audio back here. It looks like 1, 2, and 3 speakers just in this door. And then the big news is the panoramic sunroof. Now, what's cool is that this is using that electromagnet diffuser dimmer technology. So there is a control up there that will instant tint and untint the window. So you can have this open, you can have it. Right now it's tinted, so even though the glass is visible and light can pass through, it is electromagnetically controlled to tint. And then in one button press, you can undo that tint, and then the glass becomes untinted, allows full light to come in. So that's a cool technology. We've seen that used on like bathroom stalls and sports stadiums, and it's usually a pretty quirky technology, but now it's finding its way into more and more modern cars, and I'm really digging that as well. They have manufactured the Overtrail from the ground up to be an off-road 2-row car, and they have manufactured the Luxury Plus to be a 3-row luxury family mover. I would say in both versions of them, you're going, like, you could close your eyes and pick either one of them and you're not going to regret your purchase. However, if you have ideas in mind of who you are and what you're going to do with it, if it's more for family or more for off-roading, again, 3rd row is deleted in the Overtrail. So if you need a 3rd row, maybe this would be the model to get. If you still want the GX experience, you can get that here. But otherwise, back seat is roomy, it's spacious. I feel like there's a little bit more headroom up here, especially when this is open, although it could just be, you know, an optical illusion. You have lights back here as well. Another set of lights for the 3rd row. You have your handles and your grip back here, as well as door handles right here to get in and out of the car. So overall, it's just a beautiful backseat experience. Leather is nice, materials are nice. So now let's go check out something else. All right, so what have we learned between these two models? Well, first, we're going to point out the luxury. This is your everyday people mover. Every bell and whistle you could ask for from Lexus is in here. Massage seats, 3 rows, big family, no problem. Engine power, torque, all there. Getting you up a hill, especially here in Los Angeles, San Francisco. California is a very hilly state. And there are some really steep roads that I've experienced to the point where I'm like, how is this grade allowed? This is going to handle it, no problem. All-wheel drive, independent suspension, smooth ride. This would be more than enough for everyone else. But this might be what you're actually hoping you can get your hands on when you go down to the Lexus dealership. Because I would say, whether you're single, bachelor, bachelorette, you have maybe 1 or 2 kids, and you want something big and beefy, but you want that cargo space to always be there, and you're a big fan of the improved suspension, handling, rock crawling abilities, and again, maybe not even for true off-roading, but maybe you live in an area with some really bad roads and you want to know that the wheels and the tires and the suspension are handling it, this is the one to get. Let's go take a test drive now in the Overtrail and see if what I'm saying actually is true. but I have a feeling it will be. We are in the Overtrail edition, the one that's meant for off-roading, so we have the bigger, meatier tires on the road. We have that active adjusting suspension, so we can really feel it when we get on the road. So let's see how this thing drives, let's see how it performs, and I'll give you my thoughts. So here we go. So real world scenario, this is Los Angeles in the valley, moderate traffic, and this is what people are probably going to be experiencing driving something this big. Can it handle the traffic? Can it be nimble enough to get in and out when traffic stalls? Somebody stops in front of you, cars merge out just like this one out of nowhere, and you know, being so big, can it actually handle a hard brake? And I'm not going to test that, but so far the braking power, it just feels like it's there. I feel very confident in my braking. I feel that power. This thing comes on. Being that it's a twin turbo V6 and you have that 350 horsepower, I have to say there is no lag. Even before the turbos spool up, there is just no lag whatsoever going on here. You give it some gas and it just kicks right on and you feel it, and it's very nice. So here we go, going up the curves. I feel it. I feel that all-wheel drive. This has power. This has power. And like I said, the braking is definitely, Toyota's not skimping out. They've given it enough power for you to have fun, for you to get where you're going, to get uphill, but they've also clearly, I mean, the most important thing on a car, I think, outside of engine and transmission, is your brake system. If you can't stop the thing that you're driving, that's a bad time. So the fact that you can stop this thing and it does not feel like it's too much, that really makes me feel good for anybody buying this thing. I feel like I have complete control. And it's the same thing with the IS500. That was more of a sports car, rear wheel drive, but that car was so well balanced that the grip coming from behind and the weight coming in the front, you were truly able to feel like you had control. Now with this, the weight distribution is a lot more equal in the sense of the fact that all four wheels are spinning, but it doesn't change the fact that Lexus is just really good at balancing cars like this. You have that amazing engineering with them, because I've driven other big vehicles like this, and again, it feels a little floaty, it feels a little boaty, but with this you don't feel that. This is very nimble, this is very easy. Look at this, one hand going up a canyon, coming around these curves, and it's a breeze. It's a true breeze. It's a Drew breeze, I'll tell you that. And while this isn't my car, so I'm not used to it, I can feel that getting used to this thing happens very, very quickly. Very, very quickly. It is very quiet in here. I believe the glass is probably double laminated. So the road noise is just not there. I don't hear any wheel noise. I don't hear anything. This is just, this is a good time. All right, guys, so that was my initial drive. And now it's time to head back, but I have to say that this car overall, you feel good in it. It's sturdy. It's sturdy. What am I saying that it's sturdy? But it is. It's so sturdy. You feel planted to the ground in this. The wheel is not super heavy, but it's not light. You feel the connection to the road. The cabin feel is great. This is a road trip machine, and it's also a daily driver. If I had the money, this would be my one and only. This would be my daily driver. Gas prices, especially in California, are definitely expensive, but if you're living a life where the Lexus GX550, either monthly or outright, is something you can do, then I don't think the gas is going to be that much of a problem for you. If I had to give you a list of pros and cons, the cons are that, one, I don't like the trickery of the screen. It looks huge, but it's really only half, right? You're getting one half for all your infotainment, and the other half is just climate. It is screen, but I don't think anything is ever gonna take place on that bottom half outside of your climate controls. The heads-up display is super nice. There's nothing lacking in this car, at least from my perspective. In fact, I just put it in the drive and I felt the brake pedal almost come to life, and I've never felt that before, so it even lifts up for you. So let's head back and we will wrap up this review of the GX550, the 2025, the Overtrail edition, because that is what we are in, and man, I think this is the one to get. Okay, folks, so this is Dean Z, and I'm here signing off with the GX550, especially on this one, the Overtrail edition. And I just have to say, this thing I've been wanting to drive for the longest time. It has been a bucket list item, and you know, for many people maybe it's just something that they can go and get and buy, and for me I can't really do that. But I can tell you, with the privilege I have of being able to drive this thing, it's a unique beast on the road. It's luxurious, it's quiet, it's so firm and grippy on the road, and you can tell that there is top-notch engineering going on to the suspension. There's nothing missing in that cabin. Even though it is not the luxury plus trim, there's still so much luxury abound in this vehicle. That V6 engine, it purrs and it goes. There's not a lot of complaints I have with this car. You got a moonroof, you got the luxury, you got the leather, you got good sound. What else is there to ask for in something that you just want to take off-road? Get out of the city, go through the forest, go through the trees, go on the dirt roads, go where people are less likely to be, go camping and enjoy it. And if you do that with the GX550, you're not going to have a bad time. You're going to have a great time. So this is Dean Z signing off, and I just want to say thank you for watching. Thank you. Please subscribe if you've liked the videos. I'm working on it. Every time I make a video, I'm trying to make them better and better and better, because I know you want to see these cars in action. You want to see the tech. You want to see the features, and that's where I come in. So thank you for watching my review of the 2025 Lexus, both the Luxury Plus and the Overtrail Edition, and thank you for going with me on a ride on the Overtrail Edition. So until next time, this is Dean Z signing off, and as always, whatever you buy, don't blame me for your problems. I'll see you later. The 2025 Lexus GX550 is a reminder of what happens when a brand listens to its roots while embracing the future. Lexus didn't just update an SUV. This is them reimagining what modern adventure can look and feel like. The craftsmanship, the design language, the engineering precision, it all comes together to create something unmistakably Lexus. Whether your choice is the more composed 3-row Grand Tourer, the Luxury Plus, or the more muscular and determined 2-row Overtrail, either way, you're getting that great Lexus DNA, and both go to show. Luxury isn't just about what you drive, but also how it makes you feel. And until next time, guys, thanks for tuning in.